Well, students, we're going to get started on this landscape. After we learned about Vincent van Gogh, we're going to make our own version of a Starry Night. I'd like us to start with some land. So this black piece of paper, I only want you to trim off just a little bit of it so that we're not wasting paper. I'm just going to kind of make it kind of hilly. I'm just going to cut one line all the way from one side to this other corner. Now, you can see that I would use the larger of the two pieces. So this is gonna be scrap, I'll recycle that. You can see this is the same length as the bottom of my paper. So I would like you to take this, I would like you to twist your cap, turn your glue up just a little bit. I do want you to glue the middle, but we know the most important parts to glue are the sides or the edges of our paper. So I'm gonna go around the edges, and I would like you to do that 2 or 3 times. So I'm gonna go around this one again, around this side, and we'll do a little bit more in the middle where I skipped it. Now, I'm standing up in this example, you can't see that, but I am, and that's gonna help me line this up so that it's lined up and there's not a bunch of blue paper at the bottom. And I'm gonna press that down, smooth it out. And now I am done with my scissors and my glue. So turn your glue down, twist your cap on, put your scissors and your glue and your scraps and stuff away. Now you can take out your pencil. I'm gonna do some of mine with marker just to speed this up, but I would like us to add some details to the middle ground of our paper. So for now, I'm not gonna draw on the black paper. I'm not gonna draw on the sky. I'm just gonna put a few buildings or trees or things in it. And usually it works the best if I put a building kind of right here in the front. And then if I take that and I put one behind it, then it looks like that one's further away. And then I could put maybe another one in the front here. And then I could put one right here and make this go behind it. If you do want to make buildings over here too, you can. If you don't, you want to do like, there's kind of some bushes in Vincent van Gogh's that kind of look kind of curvy like that, or if you want to add, we did a lot of trees earlier on in the year, so if you want to do trees with branches and bark and leaves and stuff, you can use that knowledge of trees to do that. Now, I'm gonna switch over to marker. You can do a little bit more with marker. It's gonna be easier for you to see this now that I'm gonna add some marker to it. Some of you, I may just give you a marker to get started on the windows and doors before you even draw them with pencil, just to save us a little bit of time. We are going to be using oil pastel. So oil pastel is definitely thicker than crayon, as you can see here. So if I do windows and doors, I want to make sure that they are not too small. If they're too small, it's going to be difficult to color them. So here I'm going to think about, well, do I have a window on the top floor? Do I have some windows on these middle floors? Do I have a window down here on the first floor, or doing doors? But you can see those are all quite large. You can even have some doors or windows that kind of go over and use this space. Since I did rectangles here, I might think about using some square shapes on these. This top window, I'm gonna make it very large, so it's gonna be easier to color it. And then down here, I'm gonna do some arches where they're more curved. I might do a rectangle, and then this one I'm gonna do a triangle shape. So please do not make your windows too tiny. If you do wanna do any windows that are circles or something, you could do that as well. And then we should have some time to do the oil pastel. So you can see that I kept it pretty big, kept it pretty simple. So now when I do the buildings, I am going to do the building first. I'll do the windows second. And my sky is gonna be lots of blues and purples. So I probably would not do a building that would be blue or purple. If I do this one, maybe I'm gonna make it a little bit more abstract with, do a pink building, because pink would show up against my night sky really well. And then if I circle these, we've done a lot with the color wheel this year. So I could mix pink with a color that's next to it on the color wheel, or I could just do pink with a different pink. So I think I'm gonna take this pink and I'm gonna do it with this light pinkish peach. Hold them down low so they don't get broken. I'm trying to make it so that you can't see any of the blue paper through the color. Vincent van Gogh would often put his oil paints on really thick so that it gave it a lot of nice texture. So we're gonna try to put our oil pastels on pretty thick too. And then once I get done with this one, then I'm probably gonna come over here. Let's do a different color for this one. So maybe I'm gonna do a red building, and I'm gonna go around these doors, around this. I'll go around these windows, and then red is next to a few things on the color wheel. Orange is next to red, so I'm gonna do a mix of some orange and red. And then let's just pretend that I did the other buildings, okay? If you do the other buildings, then it would be okay to do some of the windows. If you want to make it look like some of the lights are on, you could do colors like yellow. That kind of makes it look like lights are on. Even adding a little bit of this gold color to it kind of shines it up. But please be careful not to rub your hand on your paper. If you do that, it'll smear. If you want it to look like your lights are off, maybe like a dark purple. Or adding, this is a really dark blue, mix that with my dark purple. And if you do want to do black, black would always be the last thing to do. So please don't use any black first, because if the black smears into my pink, it's gonna make it look really dirty. So I'm gonna mix this blue here now with this blue. Now, this building, I could do the windows and doors as well. If you do have grasses and things, kind of the same thing with color mixing, adding a little bit of a dark green, and then mixing it with one of these lighter greens. Or for this tree, if I do some brown to make it kind of look like the moonlight for my night sky is shining on the bark. Maybe I'm going to use a little bit of this golden color. Kind of trace some of those bark lines with gold. And then I'm going to do my tree. I might do some shading like we've done a lot this year. Maybe I'm going to do a little bit of this dark green. Let's pretend that I did the other half of the tree. Then I'm going to do maybe some of this medium green, then some of this yellow green, and then we'll move into even this like sea green color. So, and then I would do the other side of my tree. But this is what we're starting on. Please don't color on the black paper. Please don't do anything with the sky at the end. We'll make sure that all of these are in the box, and we'll have our materials put away. Next time we'll talk about the sky, so please don't do anything there. We'll save that, and we'll make our Starry Night. So let's have fun working on these.